Hi everyone, it's Gloria. How are you today? I thought I'd come on today and talk to you along with Maya Angelou. She has been, her spirit, her energy has been around me for the last couple of days. And so I thought we would see what she has to say, what her energy, her message is about. And whenever I get a energy of a soul, I always ask what archangel or ascended master is around them as well. I'm not quite sure why I do that, but who showed up with Maya is Jesus, and Jesus is always has always been around me, one of my guides, and so. Um, Maya Angelou, if you don't know who she wore so many hats. I know in college we had to read for Black History Month a lot of her books, and I didn't understand too much the language that she used. Not that it was in English, but she wrote in a different tone than what I was used to. But what I always got from her writing was the energy and the excitement for life and the joy. She was a woman who just embraced life, and you can feel it in her writing and in her poems. Um, I'm really excited about her energy. Now, I feel her energy now, and it just comes in exactly the way I was feeling it when I read her poems or read her books. And it's just very excitable, very uplifting, very, you know, a zest for life, a zest for life. Without any kind of barriers, she didn't allow any barriers to get in her way of living. Now, just a little bit about her. She started out as a dancer, and I think when she was 16, I was reading. And then here's the interesting thing. She saw it was a lady, the ladies that were in a car. Let me just read it. It was a type of job that no other African American woman ever had, and she decided that she wanted that job simply because she liked their uniforms. They were such cute uniforms. She decided, hey, you know what? I'm not going to dance anymore. I want to be here it is, cable car conductor in San Francisco. So she was the first black woman to conduct a cable car in San Francisco, mainly because she liked the uniform. She's like, you know what? I'm going to do that. That is the kind of energy and life force she had. She is a phenomenal poet. She directed movies. She's been in movies. Maya Angelou spoke 6 languages. Um, she just had so much life. What I want to do, though, I want to read a couple of her poems because I'm feeling that just a couple of lines from her poems. Let me see if I can find it. When I was in school, like I said, I read one of the books that we had to read was called "I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings," and that was a phenomenal book. So one of the poems, she wrote so many. I'm just going to read a couple of lines. And it really kind of hits me now, especially what we're going through. The words. See if it does the same for you. So one of the poems is on the pulse of morning. It says, "The rock cries out to us today, you may stand upon me, but do not hide your face." It's just a couple of lines from her poems. There's more to it than that. And then one of her famous poems that I like is titled still I rise. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Oh, I just feel so good when I read her stuff. Phenomenal Woman is another one too. Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. And there's more to that too. You might want to read that one. And then Alone. Alone, all alone. Nobody but nobody can make it out here alone. So just a lot of really good stuff that she had. Maya Angelou. So let's see what she has to say to us now. In these days, in these times that we're going through, I can just tell you though, her energy is just so joyful. And so we welcome the energy of Maya Angelou and also Jesus. And I feel Jesus kind of standing to the side, just giving me a nod. This is not for him, it's for Maya Angelou, but he's letting me know, thumbs up kind of thing, that he's always been with her as well throughout. And what she's saying now is that, in the light worker community, we think about channeling, and we think about, just channeling spirits, but she in her life channeled through her poems, through her movies, through her life. We are all channeling whether we know it or not. It's just that some of us are consciously channeling and some of us are unconsciously channeling. But it comes through, and she comes through with so much joy, with her love of people. She was that's what I got to tell you, I forgot, she loved to cook for others, to have them over at her house, and she was a great chef. And I didn't know that she has 2 cookbooks out there. She actually wrote the second cookbook when she was in her 80s. And it's funny, I was reading some of the description of the last cookbook, and she had modified a lot of the recipes, but her thing was she had a cookbook that her goal was to make it as flavorful, each dish as flavorful as possible, so that you can savor it. You can savor it so much that you only need a little bit. So she, in her later life, understood portion control, and regardless of what it was, it could be. There's meat dishes. There's a lot of different dishes. Her thing was to make it as flavorful as possible, so that you only want a little bit, and also you can eat any of these dishes for any time of day, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So she didn't have any stipulation in her book. I'm going to check that book out. And then she also has some sections for vegetarians as well. So this is what, in her 80s, she wrote a cookbook. Oh my God. Thank you, Maya. So she is saying, live life, children, live life, live life. This is your time. This is your time. Don't get distracted at what's going on. Yes, you have to take care of what you are put here to do. Your giftings are needed more than ever right now. And people are needing that gift. Don't shrink back. Go forward. Go forward. It's just too short this time in the physical on this planet. Go with gusto. Do what you need to do. Cook that dish that you wanted to cook. Learn what you wanted to learn. When you see something that you're really excited about, go for it. Don't let any blocks block you. And we're talking about mental blocks and blocks that are outside of you. Don't let anyone or any institution say that you can't. You can. You absolutely can. And what if you shoot for something and you don't make it? At least you did. Live with that kind of excitement for life, because that is what will bring up not only your vibration, but the planet, but everyone around you. But it's so much fun. Life is so much fun. And the ups ups and downs. I got into a deep depression when I was working with Martin Luther King Jr. and I put off working with him because I wanted to plan my birthday. And what happened on my birthday was he was assassinated. He was assassinated on my birthday. And I went into a deep depression about that for a couple of years. But, even that, I learned from that. I stepped up from that. I was able to, to go forth and to learn and to nurture something within myself to realize that even what may be the darkest hour for me or the deepest regret can blossom into something even more beautiful. So learn to live. Learn to let your light shine, as that song says. Let your light shine. If you ever heard that song, so it's an old Negro spiritual. And, don't hide your gift under a bushel. Of course, my words, she's saying, are based on biblical, because that's what I grew up with a lot of biblical background and a lot of biblical foundations. I went through a lot of things, and even as a young child being abused, and when I exposed the person who did it, they were murdered, and I thought I had murdered them. I thought my words speaking up had murdered my abuser, and so I didn't speak for a couple of years. So even that experience just made me, I wouldn't say stronger, but more grateful for life, wanting to live life like I won't be here tomorrow. The Indians have this saying that you die when you go to sleep, and so when you wake up, you're reborn. I like that idea. I used to always have a what do you call the dream catchers, and I would always think about catching my dreams and living my dreams and somehow being able to turn my dreams into reality. And I always strove for that. I always strove for excitement and joyfulness, and all of that was being driven because that is what we're here to do, is to live life. So I'm asking Maya, with her energy, what does she have to say for us for right now? All that I said previously, my dear. Whatever you can do to help yourself and to someone else right now, do that. But be very, very aware of how you're feeling, of how you're getting up in the morning, how you're going to bed at night. It's so important. It's so important to be an observer of your thoughts. To realize that you can just step back and, like a play, like a movie, you can just watch and observe your thoughts. And then you get to choose which ones you want to play with. You want to play with ones that are going to make you feel really, really heavy, or those that are going to make you feel light and happy and joyful. Yes, despite what you see on TV, what's going on, you can make a change. You can change all of this. We have to stay steady in our commitment to be that high-flying person in our thoughts and our words and our deeds that will raise up so much energy on this planet. I didn't realize it then. I just did it because it was fun and that's how I was. But now it's so, so important that you find that space, and spaces, not just one, Love many things. Love many things. Your music, your dance, other people. Love yourself first. That's where the real foundation is. And that will raise up so much as far as the light on the planet. I want to work and will be working with Jesus, the Christ consciousness, the unity consciousness. It starts within the individual, though. That's where the foundation is. And it's so much deeper than, being tolerant of others. Others are you. You are they. The lines that have been drawn are going to dissolve. Slowly, it may not be in this lifetime. But you can play a part of it and then have fun doing it. Don't let the heaviness of these times weigh you down. Find some kind of way, even a little bit, to raise up. And the more you do it, the more you practice it, the higher you will raise. And not only you, but others around you. I'm so grateful, so thankful that I can come and give you this message. Life is so precious. I love life. Love life. Love life. Make changes where you need to make changes, just so that you can love life. So, thank you, Maya. She's kind of stepping back. Lovely energy. What a lovely, lovely energy to have now, especially. And so I just want to thank her, thank Jesus. I feel like Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene are also standing with Jesus afar, and so Maya is stepping back. And so I just want to thank them all. And this message was so uplifting. I hope you found it uplifting too. Comment below. I'll talk to you again.